Hello, my loves. Okay, almost there. Yeah. Okay, welcome, my loves. Okay, we're gonna go through the zodiac for every single sign, and we're gonna talk about this week. It's a big week in the year's astrology. It's leading up to Monday, July 15th, Mars-Uranus conjunction in the sign of Taurus on the fixed star Algol. And I put up a very choppy video already. I live streamed earlier today. I have no idea why that connection was so poor. But anyway, so here we are. I might re-upload it with my TikTok. I'm gonna see how that downloads. So anyway, now that I've got you guys here, now we can get into the breakdown for this week ahead. So essentially, like I said, everything is leading up to the, let's see, everything is leading up. I just want to make sure I can see you guys if you're talking. Okay. So everything is leading up to the Mars-Uranus conjunction in Taurus on the 15th. So we're starting with Aries, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. For you guys, this is very financial, very, very straightforward financial energy. This can be a windfall, an elevation, a pivot, a reversal. It could be a big expense that you're going to have to pay out. It could be um, receiving money, but it can also be, like I said, something that comes up out of the blue that you've got to pay for. Now, irky things Sunday, Monday, Tuesday doesn't matter because Wednesday, the sun in Cancer in your fourth house makes a trine to Saturn and Pisces. Very good, like emotionally, like whatever you might have been worried about earlier in the week, you could feel like a little bit more emotionally better about in the middle of the week. Feeling very inspired. Venus making the trine to Neptune, but there's maybe a bit of a power struggle not long after that on Thursday because someone at home or someone at work or in both of these areas, excuse me, not home and work, sorry. I'm looking at a turned wheel here. We're notorious for this. Not home and work. It's for you guys. It could actually be a little bit more predictable. Lovers and friends. So it could be a lover doesn't like one of your friends. One of your friends doesn't get along with the new person that you started dating. It's like one of those things. And so there could be jealousies and bitterness and you guys know how that stuff goes. It's so stupid. It's like, oh, no, I don't want you. You're gonna go in their car, like stupid stuff like that. So, so there's that. It rolls you into a tumultuous weekend because for you guys, the quarter moon is in Libra, which is your seventh, just right across from you guys. So this is for Aries going to be like even more relationshipy than it already is. The weekends, like, Aries sun moon rising can really feel ganged up on by other people. Then with the moon in Scorpio, the feelings are really intense. You're feeling it's very dramatic. And then it leads to some kind of, I don't know if you're buying something, if you are making some big purchase for a lover or for something on behalf of the needs of the community or for a project that you're a part of, or maybe you are getting paid for something, maybe you're landing a great job or landing something that's through another person because of someone else. You could be getting a lump sum of money, paying something out, receiving an increase in your self-esteem or a confidence boost or something like that. So I like that. But Mercury goes into the shadow the very next day in Leo. And so you're going to be going back, picking something up joyously for you, whether that's trying to make money through something creative, or careful of the exes in the dating, or maybe something more nostalgic that's enjoyable for you to return to. Tarot for the Aries, sun signs, moon signs. Thank you. We have the Hanged Man and the Nine of Cups. So for the Aries, sun, moon, risings, pondering the question of like what happiness, you thought you already had it defined, but there's actually a broader definition of happiness. And this week you're going to be figuring that out and learning that, and possibly even, like I said, landing some kind of lucrative financial, maybe even like an education, something financial, or something that's like, how do I put this? It could be something educational, something you learn that increases your self-esteem through the information, through the knowledge, through, it's like something that you can have. Like the second house, it's something you can have. It's an asset. It's physical money. It's a skill, a talent, an ability, something you can do. And it's yours. It's something like that you possess, that you own. So there could be something kind of exciting developing for the Aries sun, moon, risings over this week when it comes to your guys' self-esteem, your skills, talents, abilities, and assets and money. Okay. Taurus, wait. Taurus, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome to your week ahead. My lovely Tauruses, my bulls, my little cows. This week is really all leading up to your grand moment when you decide, honestly, Taurus, for everyone, for you guys, you're the one, Taurus, sun, moon, risings, you have the clearest connection with source. You have the clearest messages that you're being told. You have the clearest like wants and desires and needs, and like it's so you're not getting confused. Like you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know where you feel the rut, like you're done. You need out of the rut. Even if it's like a better rut, even if it's like to, revolutionize the inside of your car, because it's the rut is something with your commute, and you're changing it to, you're not getting a different car, you're just changing like a little bit about like the experience of it. So, whatever it is for you guys, it's anything in your life, like anything in your life could be you're outgrowing it and you want to get out of the rut. Like you feel it, it's time, you're overcooked, you're overdue. And then there could even be subconscious ruts that you don't know that you're ready to get out of, but like you are. And so life is changing and things are happening, and you may experience it more like, oh no, I'm scared, change is happening, but it's actually really good for you. And you do want this like on another level. It's just like that subconscious level. So you might think that you're scared, but you're like actually looking forward to it. You may think that you don't want it, but you do. You may think that, you're grumbling about it, but it's actually what you crave, and, you're hemming and like, so just, I would say to the things that may be more frustrating for you, the little irkly things this week, look forward to Wednesday, things really stabilize and ground down. You have the sun in Cancer making the trine to Pisces, Saturn and Pisces. So I would say talking with friends, really lean on your support. Talk to your people, because for you, Taurus, there's something very like important happening. That talking to your friends, your older siblings, neighbors that you can be close with, siblings, who else? Like maybe cousins you're close to, or just having the conversations about the future, conversations about where something is going, conversations about expectations regarding your goals. Maybe you have specific goals that you have timelines, and there's all these things. Like the 11th house Pisces is also goals for you guys. So there could even be like feeling better about a goal of yours, feeling better about retirement, feeling better about like how you see the twilight of your life, something like that. So it's like, or it could just be very like sobering and grounded and realistic, where you are putting things together from a very grounded, realistic standpoint, where you're just not looking at anything through like rose colored glasses. I take that back. I'm going to walk that back just like a little inch, because Venus trining the Pisces is rose colored glasses. And so be a little bit aware, Taurus, because there's like a little bit of the rose colored glasses where if you want to believe the best, you can absolutely believe in the best. However, if you want to believe in the worst, you can also make the worst come true too. So you decide. But here's how you know where this is going to go. So right after Venus makes, what is this? Right after Venus makes the trine over to Neptune, they will move into Leo, make the opposition. And for you guys, here we go. Here's where the showdown is happening. For Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Risings, it's a family member or roommate, a living situation, a woman family member, or someone that's very personally close to you emotionally, and how, and even you are involved. Like you are Venus, you are very heavily, you have some skin in the game, facing off with either a boss or somebody at work or your spouse, or your role, your status in society, your role in life threatened in some way, shape, or form. So maybe your family really needs you, but the boss is asking you to, you know, do something, be somewhere, or be available. And it's like, you know, the family needs you, the kids and the spouse, the parents, everyone's like flipping out and needing you. Or, you know, if there's something happening, there's a crisis happening at home, and and then the work needs you. Like they're trying, like someone's interrupting the other one. Like whoever's already got you, they like really need you, and then the other one also really needs you. So these two areas of your life are kind of like, you know, and I would say beware of like manufactured traumas, manufactured crises, drama, or just, you know, in whatever area of life this is happening, someone, it could feel like the end of the world for them. It could feel like, you know, um, it could feel like very important, and they could have a sense of urgency. They could come up with a big, great sense of urgency, but it's to control the situation, or it's to manipulate feelings, or it's to, you know, maybe there is some kind of need to spell out all of the roles and expectations in the relationship. If there's people moving in, if there's people moving out, if you're sharing your living space with someone, if there's anything happening there. So maybe there's a need for you and another person to figure all of that out, but it's just there's like I see like a very tense push and pull for Tauruses, especially since this might be T-squaring or making a grand fixed cross in your chart. And then it's really all very, very stressful for the Tauruses. And honestly, this is the last thing that Tauruses need, or like any fixed sign. This is literally how it happens. Like fixed signs, everything's freaking fine until it builds up. And one day it's just not anymore. And you never know like what day that's going to be, or when, like, it's just, I don't know, it just happens and just happens. But if there's a good guess that any astrologer would make of what day that would be, it would be that day. It would be the day of the Mars Uranus conjunction. Big star algol. When's your Taurus going to blow? Let's see. So, but this is the buildup. This is like something about like Thursday from that Venus Pluto. That's when like it could really start to build up, like the pressure for the Taurus, because of the over control. There's just like too much control, too much over control, too much governance, too much protocol. There's just like too much of something there. Then the quarter moon on Saturday is a relationship with a coworker, manager, immediate supervisor for you, Taurus. A relationship with your employees, a relationship with your healthcare provider, with your own health, maybe even relationships with people that help you with your mental health. They could be spiritual people, they could be fitness people, anybody like that, helping you be or stay healthy. But there could be like a mental health obstacle for some of you. There could be an like a need to work out relationships with people you see every day, or with like managers, coworkers, immediate supervisor, like personnel, like organizing personnel and where people are going to be in their little, or just like the runnings of your life, like your own little tracks and your little habits and your little, how you wake up, how you go to sleep, your little routines, your rituals, but also the moment that you're in and the awareness and consciousness of the moment that you're in, like the quality of it. Are you always looking forward to something and thinking about what you're looking forward to? Are you always thinking about the past? Are you never in the present? Like, what's the quality of your moment to moment, like showing up in your life? That's what needs to be exorcised of superficiality, superficial relationships, saccharine, just or insincerity, or appearances, or like anything that's like an authentic part of your daily life. You're done getting rid of it. Maybe someone quits on the day job. Maybe people quit. Your employees, someone might quit. Maybe something basic like that. But then over the weekend, that Scorpio moon for you guys is just going to be so epic. Like your partner or somebody else is just going to be really moody and suspicious and controlling and wants to like maybe micromanage some parts of your life, and you're just not down for that. Like, why would you be? And so it all just leads you up to just expressing. That's all I'm going to say, is expressing yourself on Monday for Tauruses, is just expressing your guys' selves. And so what else do I want to say about that? Is there anything else that I possibly want to say? Honestly, Taurus, for you guys, like it's very, there's a lot of, it could be anywhere in your life, anything in your life, and that's why. That's the only reason why. It could be windfalls, it could be reversals, it could be like, these are the moments though where there could be like really big, great, wonderful opportunities that you just could miss. You could just miss them because they're wrapped up in excitement, or they're wrapped up in a risk, or they're wrapped up in, something. So it really depends like on your temperament. Obviously, if you're already very like risk tolerant, this might be overdoing it. You might be too comfortable getting into something, So it's like, but I would look at your life. I would take a really good look at your life, but it looks like people are getting on your nerves, Taurus, by like from Thursday to Monday. Like they're either riling you up in a good, sexy, hot, spicy way, or they are just getting under your skin in a very annoying, willfully misunderstanding you kind of a way. And like either way, you're like ready to express yourself, and that's it. So let's take a look at your tarot. What's going on with the Tauruses? You're really hanging out tonight. Queen of Pentacles, there you are. Taurus, sometimes rising sign. Crossed by the moon. Your life is in flux. And here's what I'll say. You are the value. Like you are it, Taurus. Like your life and like how you build it and what it looks like, it's all valuable because it's you. Like you built it once, you could do it again. You created this beautiful thing. This is like, I could see like a Taurus being sad to move because they like built the house, they built the log cabin and with their bare hands, and they, there's so and so's ashes in the cement, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very much like you're tied to it because of all of that. But you need to just remember that you will create, for instance, this home like anywhere in the cosmos. Your value, your inherent value is not how much money you can make for somebody else, or the structures that you could physically build and how strong they are and how many generations that they will last. It's not a great meal. I'm sorry, all these things, I'm just like, you're just shuddering. I get it. But it really is the spirit inside of you that propels you to do these things, that drives you into the dirt and planting your little things, and propels you into the tractor to do your little levers and roll around, propels you into business, art, web design, whatever it is. It's what that is. And you keep it on. Like whatever you do, wherever you are, like that's what it is. So that's what I'm getting with the moon and the Queen of Pentacles. So like the moon, there's changeability, there's like, you know, ebbs and flows, and you just got to roll with it. You got to roll with it because you are the Queen of Pentacles. Like you are the you're it. You are the thing. You're not like representative of the thing. You're the thing. Okay. Next up, I feel like we spent forever on you guys. It's okay. Okay. Gemini, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, my lovely gems, my gems. Welcome, welcome into your week ahead. You guys have this huge, big, I feel like I have to be so careful with you guys. It's an event. It's a very big seismic event. And you guys really do want to really think back to July, August 2022, because this will help you a great deal. Because for you guys, this is like a mental health thing. So if you had like a mental health struggle, July, August 22, that could come back up again. Maybe not the same thing or the situation, but an issue. Like maybe you had a difficult time um, with conflict resolution, and that was exacerbating it. Maybe that issue died down, and maybe there's a different issue coming up in a different area of your life, different set of people, different everything, but it's the same issue. It's conflict resolution, and you're like stuck, and you're like, oh my God. So it's like this is all leading to some kind of blind spot that's going to be really so violently shown to you, but it's leading up to their gems. So let's back it up. Earthly little things, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they get resolved by Wednesday. That's when you have the sun in Cancer making the trine to Saturn in Pisces. So second house to the 10th house, really great for money, for finances, for stability, for promoting stability, for promoting faith, and all of the positive businessy indications. The finances are looking pretty positive. Then, Okay, and there's a little bit of like being very, very positive, like but like rose-colored glasses with Venus in your second house of money, making a trine to Neptune. Like you'll never be this optimistic. You'll never have the biggest dreams. You'll never have like this is you and your spouse and your money, or this is you in your career and your money, or this is you and your self-esteem. This is you and your parent and your money, you and your self-esteem and your parent, you as a parent and how you are spending your money. Like it's these things that are feeling more like, okay, locked and loaded, dreamy, very inspired. But right after that, Venus moves into Leo in your third house, opposes Pluto retrograding in Aquarius in your ninth house of ethics and morals and beliefs. So gems, my little gemmies, this could be a couple of different things. So there could be a need for you and a teacher, a mentor, a guide, a foreigner, or you as the foreigner, you as the mentor, you as the guide or the teacher or instructor, and a need to recalibrate the expectations and the behaviors and the decorum of what's expected. And this could be, I could really honestly see this being like sitting someone down. Maybe you have like an exchange student, or your kid, you have a high school kid and they bring home an exchange student, or you have like an office and you have to sit down an employee and say, look, there maybe in your like, so in body language reading, there's different distances that people are close, comfortable to be close to the other person. Like in some cultures, this is very comfortably close. And some people, this is way too close. For some people, this is way too close. For some people, this is way too close. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe you have to talk to someone and say, hey, our culture at the company, we don't do it that way. Or our home, we don't do this. We don't do it this way in our home. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like there might be some kind of like conversation or just like something that kind of comes up. There could be some kind of legal thing as well. There could be some kind of travel issue, or maybe you're not even like really involved, but maybe this is just some kind of like you're in your neighborhood and they lock down, they pull like in Chicago, this was so weird. I saw it like on the news. They pulled up all of the bridges and people, it was freaky. So maybe you just like, you know, get stuck somewhere in your neighborhood, or you get stuck somewhere abroad, or you get stuck at the airport, or you get stuck, you may just feel kind of stuck. Physically, maybe even metaphorically. And if you're stuck metaphorically in a conversation with somebody, you just have to have the conversation that, how would I put this? Like, it's like one of those opportunities where it could be an opportunity to get a lot closer, or an opportunity to deepen the intimacy and the bond, but through like one of those like hard learning experiences, like where you have to like, this was a learning day, you know, it's like one of those kinds of like things. So I would just say don't get into any political fights with anybody, or get into any fights with foreigners about morality and ethics. That's where this can get so sideways, Gemini, is that you could get wrapped up into like an ethical issue or a morality clause, or like some kind of, and it could be litigious, it doesn't have to be, but it's definitely moral or ethical or like cultural or something. Like something has you feeling like you like something's really wrong or unjust or not right, or like you have very, very strong and powerful ideas, and you may be communicating them very, very like strongly and very powerfully. So that looks kind of interesting, to be honest, because I love Geminis. You guys You guys, I love you guys. So, okay, so there's that on Thursday. Then you go into the weekend. On Saturday, you have the quarter moon in Libra in your fifth house. This is sex, dating, romance, pleasure, play. There's an obstacle for you guys to overcome when it comes to your crush or someone you're dating or someone that you've already been seeing or something there. So I could see this for some Geminis taking the next step, maybe asking out your crush, or if you've been on a date, asking to go on another date, or taking them out on another date, or like something like that. So, um, that looks fun. Enjoy that. But yeah, it really does look the most fun for you guys. And then the Sunday moon in Scorpio to the sixth house, that's probably just going to be something annoying with coworkers, managers, immediate supervisors, people you have to see on a daily basis, or a health issue that kind of like is annoying. And it's like, there could be, honestly, there could be something with office stuff if you work in an office, because there's something about your daily routines that something doesn't sit right morally or ethically, or like maybe other people are fighting about politics and you're trying to tell everyone stop fighting about politics, like don't talk about it, and they keep talking about they keep fighting about politics or something like that, and you're just like, so but there's something like agitating you that leads you into Monday, next Monday, the 15th, where something is just your blind spot. There it is. For some of you now, some of my Geminis, some of my clients have had like travel, like really, really big travel, July, August of 22. So it could be that where some of you have like a lot of travel coming up, or you're traveling already, or there could be some big like, or zoos. The 12th house is also like zoos and big zoo animals and like really, really, really big animals. So it could be anything like that with Mars, Uranus, but there's something that you're trying to like, you really are trying to cut out some karma, you're trying to cut out some kind of like baggage. So I would say no matter what, yeah, you might lose your head a little bit. There might be something that, a feeling or a thought or a perspective that about yourself that you didn't know that you had, and you realize and you're like, okay, that's not me. I don't like that. I want to change myself. It could be a hidden enemy. It could be someone working against you. It could be a secret benefactor that pulls out suddenly. It could be something that you are also doing behind the scenes that you've been working on or that you've been doing, and then you just like pull the trigger. You might be ready to pull the trigger and execute 15th around that time, or middle of July, Gemini. So I would just also be careful if you have problems with foreigners, because that could also maybe be something that they could be the blind spot. There might, or there might be a blind spot about them that you don't see. Or they could be the one doing something that's unexpected that you didn't, or you know what I'm saying, that catches you off guard. They're like, whoa. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot. What are the messages I'm here to deliver for the Geminis, please? Thank you. Hanged Man, Eight of Swords to start. So you've had an issue seeing this blind spot. You were really, something was keeping you from being able to see it this whole time, about a person or about something in your life, or about the work stuff. But it doesn't have to be like work. It's like I said, like the quality of your daily life, the quality of like the moment to moment, like, or the people that you see every day, the people that you have to interact with every day. Crossed by King of Swords, King of Pentacles, and Death. Two kings and death. It really is seeing someone for like who they are, or seeing someone's like real character, or this kind of feels like the end of like a naivete or hoping or taking for granted or making an assumption or yeah. So it's really going to be very, very clear. And it does spell a transformation of some kind. The new knowledge that you get after Monday, and then especially with Mercury entering shadow for you, Geminis, and your third house of the intellect, you're going to be like, wow, I feel for you, Gemini, I feel like you would have played, it's almost like feeling like I would have played this totally different had I known what I now know. Like, like about this person or about this situation or about this thing or about, like something like that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay. How are we doing over here? I'm getting a funny feeling. I'm getting a really funny feeling. This magic moment. I am. I'm gonna make it public. All right, everybody. So we are public. Okay, so we are on Cancer, everybody. Just in time for the cans. All right, everybody. So we are doing this live. Okay, so this is going to be through I'll make a whole new thumbnail and everything. This is through the Zodiac. And yeah, so if you guys are getting you guys are getting a little taste of the Patreon. So Patreon I do for every single Zodiac sign for the week ahead. And we are right now on Cancers, cans, and then we're gonna do your tarot. So okay, cans. I love my like one-to-one time with all the Zodiac signs every week. I feel like it keeps me like as a psychic, like very like consciously like plugged in, like that. Okay, cans. So welcome to your week ahead. This entire week is building up towards the Mars-Uranus conjunction in Taurus on Algol on the 15th. So cans, on the way there, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday might be a little bit prickly, but it's okay because Wednesday things are going to get ironed out. You have the sun in Cancer in your sign, our sign. I'm a Cancer. Sun, Cancer rising. Cancer, Sun in Cancer is making a trine to Saturn and Pisces in our ninth house. So for the cans, you guys, us guys, by Wednesday, any of the prickly little annoying things or disquieting things or unsettling things or insecure things or worrying things, everyone's really sensitive this week. So like little worries and fears could just feel like very big or like dramatic in the beginning of the week. But by Wednesday, it looks like cancers have regained our faith in guys. It's so crazy. I do go to church now. I go to 𝚃𝚎𝚎𝚎 church now. I just started. Like I literally just went the first like last this like a couple days ago. Like yesterday. It was yesterday. I'm looking at a couple days ago. I never know what day I'm in. Okay. I just started. So now I go to 𝚃𝚎𝚎𝚎 church. Never I was never gonna go back to church. Okay? I'm just saying, like I'm just so but it's been so unexpected and wonderful and delightful that I found it's like all paths lead to Rome kind of a thing. Like it's so crazy that telekinesis is like my inroad, like the relationship with creator. It's so weird, very weird, very weird. So my dad would be so proud of me. But anyway, so ninth house is church, morality, ethics, belief, like life perspective. You know, what do you really believe about life, your life, other people's lives, life itself? You know, so something has us really feeling good about like life again in the middle of the week. This can also be a really nice connection with mentors and guides. And oh God, you guys, I took a screenshot of like a couple emails my telekinesis teacher like sent me. I memorized this one. He said, I hold on, I don't want to get this one. I just I have it memorized, but I don't I don't want to mess it up. What he said. I'm sorry, I'm looking through all these emails now. Okay. But basically, I'm going to paraphrase it. He said that I'm a natural at all of this and that I am progressing impressively. And so, you know, yeah, I get it. Not just a psychic. I'm a working psychic. I'm a professional psychic. Like, duh, right? I get it. But it still feels so good to have like the teacher be like, you know, like the power of Christ compels you. Like it just feels, I don't know, like it feels very like I give myself validation, but it also feels good. It also feels good. So it could be a great mark for cancers in terms of like, oh, we did it, you know, we're doing good, we're working hard, we're studying hard. This can also be good for relationships with foreigners. So any cancers, any of us people that, you know, this is a great energy to smooth things over. So if you need to smooth things over with foreigners or mentors or guides or teachers, or if you are the teacher, you may be the one to share your story on the soapbox, cancers. You may be the one to impart some wisdom or give some advice or guidance and help somebody along. And then Wednesday to Thursday, we also have Venus in, okay, so that happens, like the sun trines Saturn, but then we also have Venus in Cancer trining Neptune in Pisces. This is the last like rose colored glasses moment. Guys, live it up, okay? Swear. Cancer, it's never like, I know right now, I will never be this like open spiritually like ever again in my life. Like Neptune at the 29th degree of Pisces is when I learned telekinesis, is when I found a telekinesis instructor, is when I found like the perfect screenwriting course to help me express myself creatively. Like what? Duh, you know? Like it's just like the 29th degree, I'm telling you, I'm gonna die on this hill. Like this is you, we don't even get it how this is the most of everything. This is the highest, peakest of creativity and love and desire and inspiration and like film and movies. Like just soak it in, eat it up. Okay. Because like this Venus Neptune, like and Venus plugs right into that inspiration. So I'm trying to eat it as much as possible. I'm trying to like feel it as much as I can, and I'm still just not like, but yeah, so yeah, I'm just like working really hard, like spiritual practices, all that stuff. So there's that. That looks great. But like I said, like the belief is at the height and it's the highest, it's the dreamiest, it's the most romantic, it's the most like cancers could be traveling, it's the most beautiful freaking thing you've ever seen in your life. It's, you know, okay, but right afterwards, Venus will move into Leo in your second house, and our second house, and oppose Pluto and Aquarius. Think back to like Wednesday, the 3rd of July. That's when Mercury opposed Pluto. And this is, I don't think it's going to be like the same exact thing. This is just going to be that check-in point, cans where we will definitely be, there's something on the table like at the end of this week where we do have to take a look at finances and our assets and values and what like how we're sharing that with others or with another person, how they are sharing what they bring to the table with us. Like there may be, like I said, like a need to discuss these things, and it could be very cleansing and revolutionizing for your finances. Like this could be one of those. I've helped friends before. I've helped my friends where it's like dumping it all out financially, the whole financial life, and then just like Amelie with the purse, and then putting it all back together, putting it all back inside one by one. So it could be where you are doing this with another person, maybe like a child or just like anyone. Maybe someone's doing this with you, or maybe you are just entering into a serious discussion with a spouse about the money that you both are sharing and how it's with the household. Like, like you, whoever you're collaborating with, maybe it's like a roommate or a housemate or a family member, whatever it happens to be. But I would say it's pretty exciting because here's the thing, like we have Leo on our second house. So we're Leos when it comes to our money and our finances. And when we are sparkly and shiny and bright and like Madonna, J-Lo energy, when we are like Leonine, that's when financially we do like the very best. And those are things you want to use for whatever the second house is. If you have Scorpio on the second house, you're a Scorpio with your money. If you know what I'm saying? So with Venus in Leo making the opposition to Pluto, this is where Venus retrograded last summer. And so Mercury is going to retrograde here. So there is like an evolution of the finances for the Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising. And it must reflect a healthy self-esteem. This is so that you are protected against selling yourself short, literally putting a little price tag on yourself that's like below what you can actually ask or what you think you're worth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's kind of interesting. So it could be self-esteem and diet and I have been going to town. I'm looking at it right now. It's waiting for me. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go eat it. It's a bagel, toasted bagel. And I'm gonna put cream cheese on it with salmon and lemon juice and cucumbers and dill and capers. I've been all up in it. I've been so into it. Anyway, that's a second house thing. Like, oh, fine. Okay, so there's that, and that can go a couple different ways. Maybe this is a refreshing, helpful, cleansing thing. Maybe you are having a really deep conversation with like your mom or something, and you're getting to the root of the self-esteem issue, blah, 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 blah. Or maybe this is financial with a spouse, or maybe this is financial with an institution, with the bank, or maybe this is a contract or whatever it is. It's like it's like leading you into the weekend. So the weekend, Saturday, we have the quarter moon in Libra in your fourth house of home and hearth and kith and kin can. So for us, this is going to be a relationship obstacle to overcome when it like, and it'll be like with family or roommates or people that are very close to us emotionally or yeah, I guess living situations, I guess if yeah, roommates or anything like that. But it's gonna have to be like no more superficiality. It can't be like for appearances. It can't be, oh, it could even be work from home too. So okay, so it could be like a work from home thing, relationship, work from home stuff to push through and overcome. But something gets a little bit wonky over the weekend too because of the Scorpio moon. Like on Sunday is going to be that like T square. Honestly, this can go a couple of different ways, cans. So with a T square Sunday, the pressure is on the Scorpio moon. which is no frivolity. It's no games. Well, yeah, it's no games. It's black and white. It's very like honest. And Libra is like the exact opposite. Like Libra is about like the appearances and decorum and manners and the veneer of society. So for Cancers, for us, it's like into the fifth house. So it's like, I just want to, you know, stay in my swimsuit all weekend and not move, or like, it's like there's something that it's like, it's so, you just want to be so, or people that just like don't like shoes, okay? Like, or babies that just don't like shoes. Like, there's something that you just want to like express yourself, or of course it could be sex, of course it can be creative, it could be passionate, it could be dating, it could be your own children that are especially like needing a lot of your attention at this moment, freaking out. But it's like, it just like that Scorpio honesty, I love it so much. I'm thinking about my little Scorpio. And so that's kind of where the pressure cooker energy is kind of coming out on. And it's connecting with the Pluto and the Venus. That's like intense. That's like a craving. That's a craving. So I see you either feeling so good about yourself, Cancer, because you're so proud of your children. You're having the greatest sex of your life. You are meeting or you're dating someone you're so excited about, or you are um, creating something artistic that is so wonderful and beautiful or honest and real, and you are making money from it, and you're learning how to monetize something that you are creating from your imagination or your brainchild, and it's being appreciated, and people are buying it, and you're like, oh my God, it's like, but there, I feel like it could be so good, like to force some breakthrough kind of thing that makes you happy, but only if things have been like lies, only if things have been like you kick the can down the road, only if it's been like that and you really have been just kicking the can down the road, then this can be like that, like crisis moment, then this can be Armageddon, then this can be the end of the world, then this can be the ultimate freak out moment where you might need to have some kind of temper tantrum. It's in your fifth house. You might be the one to say, you know what? F that, F you. I mean, I don't know. I'll just go home and write an angry script about somebody. I'm not gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, save the drama for your mama. Like, say you maybe you just kind of like channel all of that energy into doing something creative or playing basketball or something. But like, anyway, it leads us into Monday. That's where we've got Mars, Uranus, and Taurus. And so for cans, for the Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings, however this is playing out, like, let's say we have a very unethical, evil little Cancer that, is like sleeping with the whomever, and this is all really like manipulative and stuff, and like, then this could be like a friend just like cuts out. It's like, bro, you're crazy. You're crazy with all this. Like, I'm out. Like, a friend could dip and like just cut themselves out of your life. You can cut a friend out of your life. This could be an explosion for your social media. This could be when you start your social media. This can be if you already do social media, maybe you take it to a whole different level. You could be really creative. You could meet some sexy people through your friend group. Like that Mars Uranus, that's like a very, like that could, in Taurus, like Mars Uranus would not normally like have any stamina, but like with Taurus, that's where you get some stamina. So it's like you could like, I would say in this house, like whatever doesn't work out, Cancer, if there's a dream that dies, don't even flip a switch. Another dream's gonna come right up under it. Like it's, this is just that energy that like if anything leaves our lives, or if anything gets cut out, or if we cut anything out of our lives, like something else will be there. Something else comes up. Something else is like, or they'll just be like crazy developments. So it looks pretty exciting. This might be one where our friends just like take all of the transit. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see and take a look. What's the card say? I feel like I'm super chatty today, or tonight rather. What's going on with the can, the sun, moon, and the risings? The Two of Pentacles, very nice. Death. Okay, Cancer. So this is interesting. So what the tarot is saying is that there's going to be a change to your financial situation, and it's going to be like a narrowing of your focus, a narrowing of how the money comes in, or like where or how. Let me see details. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, Knight of Pentacles, and the Fool. Yeah. So any of the financial changes, there's going to be new developments. Like honestly, this week I wouldn't stick on any information. Like just wait, give it a little bit of time, and there will be more new developments. And it looks like some new beginnings and new starts for you guys too. Good job. Leos, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead, Leos. Lovely, lovely lions. Okay, so this is a big one for you guys. You're one of the fixed signs. This whole week is leading towards Monday the 15th, Mars Uranus conjunction at the very top of your chart. Very public and very visible, Leos. Monday, Tuesday, prickly little annoyances should clear up by Wednesday. That's when you have the sun in your 12th house of secret sorrow, self-undoing, and Cancer, making a trine to Saturn in Pisces in your 8th house. That's a very psychic house. So it's interesting. It's almost like there's a secret benefactor behind the scenes that's helping you. Venus also makes a trine to Neptune. This is at the height. The height. Okay. So for you, Leos, you have Saturn going through your 8th house and Neptune's finishing the tour through your 8th house up. These crossover energies are happening to show you that on one hand, this is like the most generous people are ever going to be with you in your entire life. But that era is closing. That was an open era for a long time. But for this past year, the door started to close, and it's just closing more and more. And then next year it's gone, then it's fully closed for good. Saturn leaves your 8th house. So it's just going to be harder to get loans from banks. It's going to be harder to have access to other people's assets and resources and sex and intimacy and understanding and generosity and love. It's a little bit more self-sufficient for the Leos for these years, 2024 and 2025, but it's happening in a progression over time. And this week, in this zooming in and this aspect, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be a peak for the dreaminess, a peak for the hope, a peak moment for you may actually just be getting something too. Like this could be like one of the last things that you get, or one of the last. Yep. And then Venus will move into your sign of Leo, but immediately make an opposition to Pluto. So for you guys for this month, I mean, for right now, like with Venus in your sign, remember last summer, all of last summer, Venus was retrograde in Leo. So it was hard for you guys. It was like hard to feel valued, hard to maybe convince others of your value, maybe just like I feel like when we have a good Venus retrograde, it's because there's a lot of support around us. So if you have a good support system, great friends, big friend group, maybe they were, or, family, maybe they were helping you feel better when you were down. But, this is definitely for Leos, some kind of power struggle with another person. And there's something you want, your Venus in Leo, you want attention, or you want money, or you want something, okay? You want something. But the other person, the Pluto and Aquarius, they're like, no, no, no. I would be very careful because it's like you get something, or there's a yes, or there's like an easy energy. And then you just like a moment later you ask for too much. Like, what is that, Leo? Like, what's going, I'm being nosy here. So let us know how this goes in the comments below. I would really like to know, because there's some like kickback or something. Then, okay, so then there's some big power struggle with you and another person, and then it rolls into the weekend, quarter moon in Libra in your third house. It's like something I thought wasn't what I thought. Oh shit. Something, or something with a sibling, or a weird conversation, or just like something, right? Then on Sunday we have the moon in Scorpio with a T square in your fourth house of home and hearth and kith and kin. Now it's like shit show. It's almost like you table something, like, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to wait till we get home to talk about it. And then like Sunday is that the when you get to talk about it and it all comes out and it's a big shit show. And it's with a family member, it's at home, it's with a roommate, someone you're living with, it's with an intimate partner, it's with a family member. It's like, I don't know what's going on with you people. And then it rolls you into Monday, next Monday, the 15th. So Leos have something crazy, drama, big surprise. Kidding. And then Monday, you guys have this craziness happening at the very top of your chart. It's very visible, very public. You, of all people, Leos, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, want to be careful. Why am I leaning in? I have the mic right here. You all are the ones that want to be careful not to lose your head. Because if you guys lose your head, it will be in public. It will be made public. Yeah, you don't want to Karen out. You just like, yeah. So of everybody, you guys just be careful. Now, maybe it's not you that like you just make a big scene or make like a big show. It could also just be your like your spouse, your parent can flip out, your parents can go nuclear about something, your spouse can go nuclear about something, your boss can throw an absolute tantrum about something. Like, who knows, it could be, but that's where you're going to see it. You're going to see it professionally, you're going to see it with your parents, you're going to see it in your spouse, or in your community, or it's going to be you as a leader saying, you know you could, I would say for Leos, this would be a great time to completely, I want to be careful here, not ready for a rebrand, not yet, not yet. There needs to be like a little bit more, like a little bit more demolition, a little bit more demolition. Not ready for a rebrand yet, but it'll be interesting. Let's just go with that. It'll be interesting. All right, let's take a look. What does the tarot have to say? What message am I here to deliver to the Leos? Thank you. Seven of Wands crossed by, let's see, just taking the top card. That's a lot of cards. That's the World. Seven of Wands and the World. Honestly, Leo, if you stay very wise and ethical and true, you can use that as a competitive advantage. So if you cannot speak the truth, or if you cannot, like, this is wisdom. Like, wisdom trumps everything. So if the wisdom is not on your side, then you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for stuff. That's all. If you have the wisdom on your side, then that is your competitive advantage, and it'll just be what it is. It'll just be the competitive advantage, and it'll take care of itself. And so you'll know after the dust settles, you'll know. Okay. Virgos. Oh, that feels so good. Virgos, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, welcome, willkommen into your week ahead. You guys are building towards this Mars Uranus algal moment on Monday the 15th. You're going to get through a slew of other stuff that makes more sense on the way there. Monday, Tuesday, pricklies will feel better on Wednesday. That is when we have the sun in Cancer in your 11th house of friendships, making a trine to your 7th house of partnerships. So for Virgos, you guys are going to be feeling great the middle of the week when it comes to your friends, groups, associations, your best friends, your partners, your partnerships, all of the people that kind of like, I would say this is great for like allies and supporters and people that support your career. This is great for solidifying relationships or just like enjoying. It's like a heated, like a weighted blanket, like a weighted heated blanket. That's what I'm gonna say. It's like a weighted heated blanket, like that, like a person. A person is so cozy. Someone could feel very cozy and familiar. I was thinking about when he's like, "Can you believe it? Can you believe we still don't have a jacuzzi?" Okay. Okay. And then also on Wednesday, you have Venus in Cancer in your 11th house, trining Neptune, as if it couldn't get any better. Virgos, Virgos have great friends right now. Virgos have great friends right now. So not only are you feeling like very sober and stable and secure with your little heated weighted blanket of a person, but they're also dreamy. That you live it up, Virgo. The people in your life, they're never going to be after this year, they're never going to be this dreamy or creative or beautiful or spiritual, or like this is the height. Or be so careful, Virgo sun moon risings, or they'll never be this delusional or addicted to drugs or psychotic or alcoholic or mentally ill, unstable, like all the Pisces things. So Neptune is about to wrap up the Pisces show. And that's your 7th house. So for you, it's like the people, and it's just never going to be this like, that's cool. Like when this is a once in a lifetime, everyone's just going to have it like once in one area of life. And so for you guys, it's a big deal because it is partner. That's one of the big 4 axes of our lives, like human partnerships and relationships. So for you guys, for Virgos, this is, I hope you're making good choices because, all you have to do is just pick the right people. A drug addict comes to you and a freaking like creative artistic person comes to you, like you just have to go, I'm gonna go to lunch with you, like literally that's all you have to do. Like you're attracting so much, you're attracting in all of what I said. You're attracting creative types, spiritual types, drug types, all of that glamorous, all of that. So you just have to pick the right people. So anyway, Venus trines Neptune, it's beautiful, dreamy, creative, or spiritual, or compassionate, or healing. It's all that. And then immediately Venus moves into Leo in your 12th house of secret sorrow, self undoing, makes an opposition to Pluto. You guys, we need to, okay, so this is where I would make a recommendation for my my patron community, where I would say something a little bit like more magical at this moment in time. But we're live on YouTube. I'll come back to you, Virgo. I'll come back. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. This is a little freebie for the YouTube people. Okay. Okay. So, but Venus makes that opposition to Pluto. And for Virgos, this could bring up a blind spot with your personnel, with the people that you see every day. Something went really well actually this past week for you in relationships. And for some reason, it's created some issue with like someone you see every day, or your rituals and routines, or your schedule got off, or an employee is upset with you, or like something going well over here is like disrupting something like Thursday. And so you may have to like, maybe you just have to change your schedule. Something may have you really hijacking your schedule where you're like, I can't do this. I have to do this. Or now I want to do this. Now I don't want to do this anymore. Like it could be like that. And or with the people connected. So it's like, okay, I have to reschedule my weekly handball classes so that I can make the weekly, why am I so bad at this? So I can make the weekly, you know, trivia thing, like whatever it happens to be. So you have the opposition like in a very, like something has you hyper focusing on your day to day. It could just be very organizational with personnel because it's Venus Pluto. So you may be the one, Virgo, to organize like who you're going to see when, what hours people can call you and get you and reach you, and when you're going to be on do not disturb mode. You might, you know, I can just see the Virgos going into like super productive organization mode. So that'll probably be really fun. Really, really fun. Okay. Then you roll into the weekend. You have the quarter moon in Libra in your second house of money, finances, self-esteem, self-worth. A little bit of maybe a confidence issue to break through for you guys and then push through. Okay. So you may feel like, you know what this feels like? This really feels like that quarter moon in Libra. Honestly, you guys, like I remember the nights before I would have to shoot like a TV show or like a movie or like an indie movie. Like I took it so seriously. Like I was like acting, I took it so freaking seriously. Like I was just so, I overthought so much of it. And anyway, so I would just like tweak myself out. And it was one thing I went to shoot the day before I got, what was it? It was like hives. That's what it was. I got hives. I got all over my body, got hives. Another thing, I broke a fever that day, and it was a night shoot. Oh my God. Like I just like manifested some big thing of like, you know, like, so don't do that. Like, but you could never tell. You could never, and everything I shot, you could never tell. I mean, I really just like, you just get up and go to work, and if you're from Chicago, you just go to work every freaking day. Snow could be up to here and you still go to work. Like, it's just, so I feel like you guys, Virgos, something might get you a little bit shaky over the weekend with like, I don't know, something with like people or other people or self-esteem, or maybe financial too. There could be like a financial thing where you may, because people that do stuff like for us, like they could be an asset. It's different than the sixth house. So for you guys, you may feel kind of squirrely if you, for instance, lost, um, how would I put this? Like, if I had someone making my thumbnails for my videos, and then they moved out of the state or out of the country or something, or if I had like something that made my job like so much easier, and then I like lost it, or it broke down, or the person moved away, like there could be like something that was working for you that is coming back up from the past, that's coming in as an asset, as a person or a skill, talent, or an ability, or a money maker. Something can come back from the past to help and to add as a source of revenue, but there can also be a release and letting go as well. And if that's the case, then it's because it wasn't a revenue stream that was really like good for you, or authentic, or sustainable, or it's like a relationship that's like, I actually don't see a problem with this, because like business or professional relationships, I tell my crew this, like I have a very close team. Like my people, like I love every unique little individual on my team. And like we are so very close. Let me tell you guys this. Okay, so they had my guys over at HQ here, HQ. And to start like not reading me the riot act, but they're like, we're on the floor, and they're like, this is not a blue hair, and this is not, this hair is a different color, and like, who have you had over? And they're adorable. And I'm like, first of all, no, but like, and I told them like I had, company over, and so and so came in from out of town, and like blah blah blah, and they were like, we were cracking up. It was really funny. Um, but one just like kept going, and they're like, Natalie, like who came over, like really, and I told them, and I'm like, listen, I made up my mind, like, you do have a right to ask me this. You do have a right to ask this. And I told him, I said, listen, I've never, I tell people this, like, I have no conflict, like in my life. A couple periods where I've had to like mitigate, and, conflict zero, but like generally I just like have a no conflict policy in my life. And so I told him, I said, listen, I've never hurt anybody and at the office, and I never slept with anybody in the office, never gone there, never gotten into a fight with anybody, never hurt anybody, never slept with anybody, never ever made anything out of order. And I told them, I said, and you do have a right to ask me that. If I'm your boss, if I'm your leader, if I'm your, yeah, hold me accountable, keep me honest. I like that, and like, did I really have to do any of that? No, it's my apartment. No, it's my house. But like, so Virgo, I'm saying that, I'm saying this like whole roundabout, but and the way they like looked at this is my little Scorpio, by the way. This is my little Scorpio. I call him my little Scorpio. Um, Picking up my like, so I'm telling you all this long story, Virgo, so that you can look at what you have, because you have your second house with the people, with Libra, South Node here. Like, it's okay to lose people that are not like 100% like with you and for you. And how do you find those people? Well, you guys have to believe in the same ethics and moralities and like virtues. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you guys connect there, then you'll be fine. So if you're losing people or money or revenue streams or like anything like that over this weekend, Virgo, I'm just telling you it's for the best and for the better, because you will enjoy people so much more when you want to be with them and connect with them. And I told my guys, I'm like, listen, like when they don't get along with people, this is what I tell them. because we all get along together. But it's when they don't get along with other people, this is what I tell them. I say, listen, professionally, you only have to get along with someone superficially. Libra, superficially. You only have to get along with them well enough to get the job done. And that's it. That's it. It's over. You don't have to keep, that's it. You don't have to, you don't have to connect with them on religion and God and love and monogamy and polyamory and dogs and cats and dander. Like, let it, like, it's okay, So you just have to get along well enough to get the job done. That's it. And I tell my people, like, we're all like, I'm gonna stop. Okay, Virgo. So it's gonna be okay. It rolls you into Sunday with the moon in Scorpio and activating this T-square with your 12th house and your 6th house and your 3rd house. Like, there is some big epic like fight or battle or something like on Sunday or over the weekend that you're just like, really, there's something like, I don't know if this is, it might be in the neighborhood. It might just be like, at a stop sign at the end of the block. It could be on a telephone. It could be social media. But there does definitely seem to be something that's kind of irking you or upsetting you. Rolls you into Monday, where we have the Mars-Uranus happening in your 9th house. So for Virgos, this is really all leading towards, I am wondering, because like, what if this is the Virgos, like literally you guys like getting up on the soapbox and then just like blasting to the world like what they really think? And what if we're all about to get dressed down by like the super critical Virgos? Oh God, like, what if we're all about to just get pointed out like every single little thing that is super wrong and incorrect? Like, damn, like, I wonder. So this is your day to stand on the soapbox, Virgo, and proclaim, share the good gospel. This could be when, honestly, this is really interesting for Virgos, because this could be the day when, like, in one moment, everything you believe, like about life, about the world, changes in an instant. Your entire belief system could turn upside down. You really could go from like, atheist to believer, believer to atheist. Like, yeah. Let us know how this goes for you guys too, because this will be so interesting. This could be a little bit more mundane and less mystical. This could be where you're super successful with publishing, super successful with international stuff, super successful with marketing, super, like, maybe you have a book that goes, maybe you get super famous like in the Netherlands, and like every single person in the country buys your book, like 100% people in the country, like it could be something like that. There could be actual fights with foreigners or with anybody that's like, there could be something litigious happening too, where you're immediately out of a contract, immediately into an agreement, immediately you get something resolved in your favor, immediately you're making these moves. There could be something like that happening. It could be travel. There's a lot of travel happening, maybe even travel plans happening for you guys. But it can also be something that comes through the news, like something about the world itself could show you something, Virgo, that just tells you like, wow, this is not what I thought life was, or this is not what I thought the world was, or this is not what I thought people were, So it'll be interesting for Virgo, because this is so fascinating to me, because it's like your world beliefs. I mean, I'm a writer, so I'm thinking of a character that can go through a story and have their whole world belief, just like whole lifetime of believing like life was something, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it'll be interesting. Let's take a look and see what the tarot says. What message am I here to deliver to the Virgo, sun, moon, and risings, please? Thank you. Wow, the 5 of Swords. Damn. 5 of freaking Swords to start. Oh, hey guys, welcome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So to start, honestly, you have, oh, hold on. No pressure. Oh, I need to timestamp this. How do let me do it this way. Okay. That's how I'll know. Okay. Question, no pressure, but can you do some telekinesis? I'm so happy that you asked. I've been thinking about this, and I've been filming, and I've been recording, and I've been practicing, and I've been doing all the things. I've been doing a lot of stuff. And so my question, thank you for your question, living on pause. Here's where I'm at with that. I'm making a documentary. I'm making a telekinesis documentary. And I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I want to save it for just the documentary when I get to shoot, when I'm like, first of all. So I don't know if I want to save it for that, or if I want to put it all over everywhere and like I'm trying to, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this all out. I'm trying to like organize it, and I'm trying to be responsible and mature and not make mistakes I've made in the past, like just being really naive and like really, really naive about so getting on social media. Like I just started recording myself and just didn't think twice about it. So but stick around, subscribe, like and subscribe, follow the journey because it's gonna be so cool. Okay. All right, back to Virgos. You had your first card with the 5 of Swords. That's a really, oh, and the Tower. Okay, here's the good news. Virgo, I feel like Virgos are kind of protected right now. Now, when you have Venus moving into the 12th house, now, like, it does oppose Pluto, and there will be that T-square with Scorpio moon on Sunday, but Venus retrograded in your 12th house in Leo last summer. I know it sucked for everybody. It sucked for everybody. So I feel like for you guys, there's going to be like a lot of healing for Virgos from whatever hurt last summer for you guys specifically. And anything that was painful that other people either enjoyed seeing you go through or made happen or made worse by doing something or not doing something, saying something or not saying something, like anything, whatever at all, they just disqualified you energetically. They disqualified themselves from you energetically from your life. They disqualified by showing their like true colors. Like anyone, like this is just like anyone who's trying to, it's very short-sighted. So anyone that, honestly, this week you don't have anything to really concern yourself with. I wouldn't, like, no one can get you, you know, no one can like. So Venus in your 12th should help to alleviate, because I've seen that like over the past like week or like literally the last like week and a half, 10 days, 12 days maybe, something's really made you guys feel a lot better over this past like short little while. Something's definitely made you guys feel a lot better lately, so that's good. Okay, so let fate take care of everything else. And you just focus on like your goals and stuff. had to really think about that for a second. Who's next? Okay, Libra, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead and leading up to the 15th, where we have the Mars-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. So for you, Libras, a little bit different for you guys because you have the South Node in your sign. So any Monday, Tuesday annoyances should be clearing up by Wednesday. That's when you have the sun at the top of your chart in Cancer trining over to Saturn and Pisces in your 6th house. So for the Libs, there's something really positive and indicative when it comes to the day job and the career, the day job and being rewarded for a job well done, or this could be good work coming from your employees. This can also be good work coming from anyone that works for you or is of service to you, where it's like they're doing something like, you know, an agent or rep or someone doing something good for your image or for your career or something. You also have Venus at the top of your chart making a trine to Neptune in that sign. This is as good as it gets. This is the best it's going to get. This is the best, most supportive environment for you right now to support your career or your role as a parent or your spouse or your daily living is like it's just really, really conducive to a really strong professional image for yourself. You know, whatever, like it's a good flow and it's going to get easier. This is just clearing some stuff out of the Pisces stuff, but it's going to get, it's good. This is good for health stuff too. You're feeling like the energy levels are more stabilizing and feeling like they're there and you're not too drained. So that should be pretty great. But then Venus will move into Leo in your 11th house of friends, groups, associations, and oppose Pluto in Aquarius. It's just a strange time to have Pluto going through your 5th house. So for Libras, think back to last summer, July, August 22. Last summer. That was not last summer. That was like 2 summers ago. Have I been saying last summer this whole day? Anyway, so think back to summer 2022. When we had, sorry, last summer was the Venus retrograde. 2 summers ago was when we had the Mars Uranus in Taurus. So the Venus Pluto opposition, you are definitely going to have something coming up with the friend that doesn't like the boyfriend doesn't like the friend group, the child does not like your new friend group, or your kid doesn't like the new, you know, activity that you're taking up for yourself every weekend. And like, you know, it's something like that. There's some kind of face off in your life happening, like, or you're trying to turn a friend into a friend with benefits, or there's a situationship, or there's like someone's trying to, you know, just don't make the friend group weird. Like, then you are the star of the weekend, a little drama filled quarter moon in Libra in your sign. So you have the quarter moon. You are going to have to face something inside of yourself, Libra. Sun, moon, rising this weekend, a part of yourself. And listen, you're a smart cookie. I know you are. You probably already know some things that you could do without, and you're just putting it off. The other video that I put up, the absolutely horrible one where it's just skipping and just like, it's just like freezing me on these stupid spots where I'm like, listen to that, pretend it's a podcast and just listen to that, because I talk about the boundaries and when you procrastinate that you just betray your own boundary because you're doing that. And it's really just like, I know you're self-aware because I have my stellium, my Capricorn stellium's in my 7th house. So I have a Libra affinity, and I know every moment it's like when someone serves you food that like you don't want to eat and you just don't have the heart to tell them that you don't want it. Or you just go and be uncomfortable until you can't take it anymore and you die. Like it's just it's stuff like that. Like Libra, like I'm sure like your thing, like whatever your thing is, it's probably it's something though, and it's something that's like very costly and it's very consequential, and it really is time for you to just let it go from yourself, from your personality. It's you're out, it's you're it's like spoiled milk now. You can just let it go. But you're gonna have to overcome something, you know, get out of your comfort zone and try being a little bit try I'm trying to what could really try 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 really letting go. I feel like you guys know so much. And when you know, you just keep going through information until the next point of knowledge, and you skip over and through all the action and all the like all the other stuff. So sometimes, so, but like, did you try yet? Oh, I know it's not gonna work. Did you try it? Just try. Just try. Because Sunday, the moon's gonna go into Scorpio, your 2nd house, and activate this big old T square. And your self esteem is under attack. Your money's under attack. Your friends are accusing you. Your boyfriend's calling you out. Your girlfriend is insulting you. Your friend group or their Lord of the Flies turning on you. Like it's all like, oh, you know, you might just be feeling super like, you might be feeling kind of frustrated that you can't keep keep it going the way you want it to keep going. But this really is for your best. It really is for your betterment. So I feel like Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, like you either need to get rid of like these really ugly feelings in yourself, like whether that's bitterness, resentment, greed, jealousy, fears, whatever, and or really let yourself see this in other people, in your friends, in your lovers, people that are possessive. Um, it's really funny because I always had like a Libra best friend like in my life, like one friend, and that one friend would always be a Libra. Um, and I had this one best friend, Libra, and I'm like, okay, so who's your best friend? And she's like, well, it's you and it's so and so. And she named this list. She goes all using all the little fingers on her hand. And I'm like, you're mistaken. Best friend means it's the best friend out of all the friends. You just named like 5 people. Like, who's your, okay, but look, let's try again. It's okay. Who's your best friend? Well, and she did it again. I'm like, okay, look it. You can't, and we do this all over again. And this is so typical. Like, I would definitely always just want to be like her one best friend. Like, she can have all these other friends, but I want to be like the best friend. Like, and so in typical Libra fashion, she was just like, oh, you're all my best friend. Like, there's no one that's better than anyone else. Like, you know, so it's just very, and I mean, the Capricorn just wanting loyalty, like very, so I really, there's going to be something with your friend group. Like, the friends are going to be like that about something, or a friend is going to be like that about something, your lover, or even just even if you're not dating anyone, if you don't have a crush, if you don't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, if there's nothing going on in that department, it's still your heart. It's still your joy. So it could even be that friends are jealous that you love to spend all your time painting in your home, or your friends are jealous that you do start dating someone, or that you do have a creative project that you're so passionate about, or they are jealous of your children doing so well, or you know what I'm saying? So there could still there's something there. There's something there. I hope I elaborated adequately with all these stories and examples. Um, I love you guys. You guys are so cute. So, okay, there's that. And then Sunday, the Scorpio stuff, something's gonna be on the money, something's gonna be on the self-esteem or on the eating habits. Libras, you could be all, don't get into the whole nothing tastes as good as skinny feels bullshit. Okay. Just heads up for anyone where that's like a thing. Because it just looks really, your mind could just be really like over spiraling about stuff. So unless this is a good cleansing, when something comes to your attention, like maybe the friend has your back and is like, hey Libra, like that person you brought, they're like they're kind of possessive of you, or maybe and they're helping you, they're saving you from like a bullet dating someone super crummy, or and it's like a cleansing situation, or maybe you start dating someone new, or your crush or whatever, you're with someone, spending time with someone, and this is the first time they meet the friends, or and they tell you like, dude, they were just like making fun of you for like 15 minutes straight. And I know it was all jokes and everything, but like they said a couple of things that I don't know. I thought it was kind of like, I just would never say to you. So, or I don't think friends would like say to you. So I don't know. They're kind of weird. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like the someone you're dating could make you aware of something about like that friend. Like, so there could be like, could also be your lover, you and your lover about the future and plans and stuff. And you're like, oh man, so you're trying to like, how am I going to afford this? Or um, I want them to pay for everything. There can just be like stuff that's just like, anyway, it leads you into Monday, the 15th of July. And it's a big deal for Libras because Mars, Uranus, and Taurus, it's your eighth house. So 𝚑𝚘𝚎𝚢, oh my God, it's just going to be like, you're just going to have very strong feelings about stuff, that passionate, like love, hatred. That's it. Like it's going to be very sharp, very visceral. The eighth house, it's like black and white. It's very scorpionic. So for Libras, um, the middle of July is going to be probably some big changes, life changes, very big, sudden reversals, windfalls, all kinds of fun stuff for you guys. So it's going to be a lot, no shortage of fireworks, no shortage of fireworks. I would just say there should be some very interesting things happening with your partner's finances as well. Yep. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot. Let's take a look. What's going on for the Libra, sun sign, moon sign, and a rising sign, please. For this week ahead, look at you. You would have the 10 of Cups, a beautiful, picture perfect little family. And the 7 of Swords. You guys are either so you don't talk to anybody, or you talk to like 1,050,000,000 people. Like you guys really are just, are you trustworthy? I don't know. I'm your friends. I'm your best friends, but I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But like, I'm just saying, like, okay, so for you guys for this week, I honestly, I feel like you're the one. I don't feel like anyone else is doing anything to you guys. I feel like it's you. You're the problem. I'm kidding. But well, you do have the South Node in your sign. So I said the same thing to Scorpios like last like year and a half before when it was Scorpio and Taurus. I got to be fair. And, the same thing for you guys. So the tarot is saying that you will need to be very smart and clever this week when it comes to your relationships. So I would say it's not just thinking twice. I feel like you can already, I feel like you're born knowing other people, Libra. Like I feel like you're too good at judgment. Okay. Like you got that down pat. I'm gonna say be focus this week on being honest with yourself about yourself. You don't have to tell me, you don't have to tell anyone, you don't have to write it down, you don't have to write it in a journal, but between you and you, because that's going to make you better at strategy. And that's what you really need this week. So when you think about, for you personally, thinking about your blind spots and where you make assumptions and where you trip up yourself in relationships and then work backwards and then work from there. Okay. Scorpio. Sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, welcome to welcome to your week ahead, where it's all building towards Monday, July the 15th, with the Mars Uranus conjunction on the fixed star algol happening in your seventh house of partnerships. It's probably, aside from Taurus, it's the biggest deal for you. Aside Taurus, it's the biggest deal for Taurus, second biggest deal for Scorpios. So any annoyances Monday, Tuesday, clear up Wednesday when you have the sun in your ninth house of Cancer making a trine to Saturn in your fifth house. Stabilizing notions, dating a foreigner, marrying a foreigner, and or anything that serves to inform you about the world. So this can be kind of serious and committed, or it could be sober and realistic. It's going to go it can go a couple different ways, but honestly, Scorpios are probably, even in a good light, even when something good is happening, you guys are probably going to be dealing with something this weekend. So then Venus in Cancer also makes a trine to Neptune in Pisces. So this is the most generous foreigners are going to be with you, or this is the most romantic of the time for you right now. Like, honestly, the height of the Venus Neptune stuff and the Neptune and Pisces stuff that I'm telling everybody, for you, Scorpio, it's true love. This is the last year. You're never going to feel like inspired by love, or like even be able to feel that like freaking feeling of romance at this level with this intensity. It's just not coming back. Like Neptune. So it's epic. It's like you're at the height of your creativity or inspiration, or like it could be like a foreigner that you fall in love with. It could be someone you're dating that introduces you to new religions and ideologies and spirituality. It could be a creative project that introduces new ways of living and new perspectives on life too. Any of that stuff. It depends on, or it could be really hard. It can be really difficult. Like you have to, maybe there's like an age difference and it's like a bummer. Or maybe there's like, you have to be serious and you don't want to be serious. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it could be like kind of like that. Then Venus immediately moves into Leo in your 10th house and immediately opposes Pluto in the 4th. So now the gloves are off, Scorpio. This could be kind of like a weird thing with Venus at the very top of your chart. So Venus is like women, and at the top, it's like in the workplace. So for Scorpios, you could be the woman in the workplace, or there could be a woman in the workplace. It doesn't have to be, it can be, but for some of you, it's going to be your mom that is like super controlling, and it could be either parent, to be honest, but someone like a parent can be super controlling about your life and your life direction, who you marry, where your life is going. It could be a spouse that is fighting with your family and you're caught in the middle. And that's what I see this weekend for you. So the quarter moon on Saturday in Libra, in your 12th house of secret sorrow, self-undoing, and foreigners, and like far places and travel. This is like a fear that's coming back up for you over the weekend. A fear, an anxiety, a worry. It's your blind spot. So I would expect you to realize something that you're like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. And then it sets things in motion and you're like, oh my God, I really miscalculated this one. Damn. And it's, your blind spot is blind spotting, and you have to reconcile with some things and like hold the tension Saturday. And then Sunday, it gets more pressure put onto it because there's something on you. So like Sunday, it's moved from like a mental anxiety to like maybe in your body, where it's like there's something you have to like do or not do or say or not say or be a certain way. Like there's something on you, and the pressure's on you, and you kind of like, I would never say a Scorpio crumbles under the pressure. I would never say that. It's more like it kind of just feels like you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do, don't know where to go. And so I did wildlife rehabilitation. I did the training, I got the little badge and everything. And sometimes wild animals, when you are rescuing them, they fight harder, and they fight like you're gonna kill them or something. Like they fight you like they're fighting for their lives. And I always admired it, like frighteningly. So like I know I'm a city girl, but I love the country. I love the country. I love the country. That was terrible. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit. I do. I love nature. And so I love wild animals. Like, so, but like the ones that fight like that, they're the freest. They're the most independent. They're the strongest. They're the most adaptive. Like and they fight the hardest. And they don't, because they're so stimulated, they don't like stop and look at me and like really assess and use like their intuition. Intuition and instinct are different. every once in a while I would get one that like one that would, and it would like stop and just like trust me enough to get the wire off of its neck, or like whatever the thing is. I'm going somewhere. I'm bringing it home, Scorpio. For you guys, I feel like you are in such a corner on Sunday where you don't, everyone's coming at you. Parents are pissed at you, spouse is pissed at you, family pissed at you, work pissed at you, you're letting yourself down, you're like, what the fuck, you know? And so it's like, I don't even think that you're like, I don't know if you have anyone around you, or I don't even know if you feel good enough or feel like you trust anyone enough to let someone take the wire off of your neck and help you. Like, you would have to get over yourself. You would have to get over your ego, or you would have to grow up and, you know, not be immature. Like for this to work out the best way like that, you'd have to like get over something. And so everyone else is going to have to get over something to get through it. They're all going to have to get over being bitter or jealous or fearful or like whatever. So it's like, it's more personal for you. Like it's your life. Like it is really big for you, Scorpio, this weekend. So, um, your best bet is to have someone around you that you really do trust, that you can tell everything to, and that you trust their strategy, you trust their judgment. Because you do look like you're being attacked on all sides, and it's not even over yet. All right, so then that rolls you into Monday. So that pressure that you're under on Sunday, Scorpio, it leads to whatever you do on Monday, or rather what your partner does on Monday. It could be that you guys do this thing where Scorpios, where you will pull back to reassert power. So you could try that. Like you're in the corner, you feel like they're coming in on all sides, and you're still not reaching out to trust anybody. And so you just pull back. You don't do anything, you don't say anything, you don't go one way or another. You just try to like go silent. You're pulling back, and it's really to just reestablish your power and try to, you know, regain some foothold in the situation. If you do that, the partner is going to do something Monday. Do you try to do that? They're not having it with you, Scorpio. No one in your life, like lovers, business partners, clients, customers, no one's taking it. No one, they've, all those people have been unpredictable in your life since 2018, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. It's like other people are get get used to your clients needing different products from you every couple months, or your audience needing you to switch it up and be different every few months, or your spouse having different needs every few months, or your business partners having different requests every few months, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just get used to that. Get used to that. People coming into your life, leaving your life really quickly. That's going to be the theme here. So there could be people walking out on Monday. You could walk out, but probably them. They could walk out. It's really hard to see this one as a positive, to be honest. Like, the best case, maybe someone walks out, but immediately you meet somebody else, or someone new walks in, or like, so I just wouldn't, just let it be whatever it's going to be. I'm going to be whatever it's going to be. Let's take a look at the tarot. What are the messages I'm here to deliver to the Scorpios? I wore a shirt that I thought this would be great for the freaking mic, and it's not at all. I don't know why I'm like leaning in like I have to. I don't. Okay. Ooh. The Hermit and Death crossed by the Queen of Cups. That's you. This does look like a very wise, you may go through some kind of experience that makes you a very wise person. There's something ending. Queen of Wands, bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Damn. Wow. Okay, so the tarot is saying that there's going to be something very sobering, Scorpio, that makes the things that were fun for you seem kind of, not all the things, but some of the things seem just sort of like they were a good time for a while, but it's just like, I don't know, something's like, I don't know if it's not fun anymore or you just can't do it anymore. I'm going to say be very careful about the pride and ego. If you know someone can help you, I would reach out to them because otherwise, something here could make you so serious and make you so like, it's almost like growing up too fast, or it's almost like too much maturity, or there's something that's like, this feels, it's almost like this is like something could like age you, but like internally. Like something that you're going through right now, it's almost like it's premature. There's something that's like, this feels like something is premature. Okay, this is a lot. All right, can't be zeroing into all these energies. Okay, boop, boop. Thank you, Scorpio. Scorpio. Oh my God, drinking. There's something about like being a talking head on YouTube and just drinking water throughout one of these long. Honestly, like I said, I love having my one-on-one time with all of the zodiac signs through my Patreon. So yeah, we do this every single week. Aw, I love you guys. Okay. All right, Saggies. Sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. All right, so this whole week is building towards Monday the 15th. Any earthly little annoyances, Monday, Tuesday, get resolved Wednesday when you have the sun in Cancer, making a trine over to Saturn in Pisces from your 8th house to your 4th house. So, oof. This can feel like family responsibilities are kind of heavy, or like family changes are kind of heavy, or you could walk right into it with like deep a deep sense of responsibility and pride for your family. Or this is just, if you're not like the head of a household or you don't care about that stuff, then this is just you emotionally, like emotional maturity. This is like when Saggies are like growing up, your little backpack and your little like, you're like going to like emotional school, like, so something is like, okay, all right, you're a little more, you're feeling a little bit more oriented, a little bit more oriented spiritually, emotionally in life. Also, Venus is in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces. This, I'm telling everyone, live it up. Live it. We're never going to have like Neptune at 29 Pisces like ever again. It's never going to be more romantic or joyously blissed out and creative and imaginative. And like for you, healing mother wounds, healing ancestral wounds, healing traumas, healing baggage. This is huge. You're not going to have this level and this depth of access to this kind of healing like the rest of your life, Sag. Like this is the year. And Venus this week is plugging right into that, like beautiful. Then immediately after she plugs in, she plugs out. She plugs back out and she goes into Leo, making an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. Don't get into a fight. Don't fight with people, Sag. Moise, you guys are so loud. Like all the fire signs, you guys talk so loud everywhere that we go. I'm like, shh. So you guys, this opposition, it's happening in your third, ninth house axis. And so this is just something like, unless you are the teacher, unless you are the instructor, unless you are the tour guide, because Venus in your ninth house says that you're going to want to get on the soapbox and share some of your life perspective, but the plebes in your third house are rallying for something different. They want you to say something different or in a different way or in a different package or something. So it could be a recalibration where you teach the plebes just how you are going to treat them. And this is the communication style that they can get used to. Do you want to be that heavy handed? I would reconsider that notion. Or it could be a recalibration where you do stand on your soapbox and you open up about something very deep, meaningful, personal, something that is of real value. If you really are thinking about the value someone else is going to get out of something that you're saying, Sag, go for it. But if you're saying it just to hear your voice, or just to put your opinion out there, or just to say something about it, or just to whatever, if it's having a purpose or motive other than providing value for somebody else, we're all going to tell. We can always tell, Sag. Everyone, not just me. It doesn't take a psychic. It doesn't. We can always tell. And we just wait for you to finish and talk about something else, or someone will interrupt or whatever. And like, I don't want it to sound so like harsh. I mean, you guys are funny. I have my Venus in Sagittarius. Like I'm a galactic sign. Like I love you people. Okay, let's not. Okay, but I'm just saying, like you're just gonna get some blowback this week, and it's just the worst. This isn't the week to like. So my Venus in Sag, there's this quote, this Jim Morrison quote, where he's like, I have the soul of a clown that forces me to blow it at the most important moments. And part of like my love and fascination with Joker is the clown part. And I'm terrified of clowns. I hate clowns. And like, but I can't help but like really get it. I just get it. Even though clowns scare me, like I get it, you know? And so it's like everyone's already going to be over the top. The last thing we need, like humanity wise, last thing humanity needs is like some Sagittarius go up there and say some shit and start the next world war. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's just like, just, try not to argue about the politics and the religion and the abortion and all the thing and the trans and the this and the that. Like, it's just gonna be and the murders and the chemicals and the poison and the nature, like all the things, like it's all gonna be like, that's all you need to know. If you can just filter it through like if you just put it through like the value part of it, then you're gonna be fine. Be fine. That's all. That's when you're the best. That's when Sagittarius are the best. When they really care like that. Um, but on the other hand, this would be a great, I feel like every Sagittarius, like you guys are such education reformers. Like you guys are the ones that are going to reform the educational system. So it would be a great time to do that in a humorous way. And then what else is happening? Quarter moon on Saturday. The quarter moon's happening in Libra. Oof, could lose some friends, could change your goals, change your dreams a little bit. But it's for the best, because if it's people that you're phasing out of your ally circle or friendship circle, it was superficial. That's all. It was kind of superficial and kind of like substantive. And for those of you where this is like redefining success, making different retirement plans, picking different goals or new goals, or letting go of some old like goals that you just don't really want anymore, that's better for you too, because you're outgrowing them, or you're outgrowing, seeing things as valuable because of like the status it comes with, or like the friends, it could be a little bit cliquish. Sagittarius, you guys can be a little bit cliquish with that, like, so um it's a good adjustment. Then on Sunday, moon in Scorpio, T square, it's pointing right into your 12th house of secret sorrow, self-undoing. So Sag, there is going to be some kind of like something just getting under your skin. Something is just bothering you. It's just bothering you. It's upsetting you. It's bothering you. It's upsetting you. And it rolls you right into Monday. And it's the Mars, Uranus, and Taurus in your 6th house. That could totally, we should take a poll. Like, how many Sagittariuses all over the world are going to quit their day job on Monday the 15th? They're going to say, what that? Go, just drop them off at the airport. Just drop them off at the airport. But what else could it be? Let me see. It's health, surgeries, scalpels, that stuff. There could be that could be a big, there could be something there health wise. This is gonna be a mental health thing for you guys because of the moon. Yes, with the moon on Sunday. It also looks like something weird or disruptive with your daily schedule, or the people that you see every day, or your day job, or what you do every day. There could be like a massive disruption. Either like like you quit, you get fired, someone else gets fired, someone else can quit, a coworker can quit, an agent can quit, your nail tech, could move away out of state forever and ever. Like, you know, it could be like that. Someone else could take that transit from you too, and they could kind of like walk out. But it could also revolutionize your processes. It could also infuse so much variety and newness into your daily life, into your daily process, that could end up helping you be more streamlined. That's what I like. That's what I want to say, streamlined. But it might mean, you know, really changing some things around or getting rid of some stuff, you know, just making some big changes. Okay, Sag, what message am I here to deliver to the Sagittariuses? The Fool, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Cups. Terrifying. It also doesn't feel like long anymore. Like when I first started doing these videos, it would feel like freaking forever doing 12 zodiac signs. And now I don't feel that. So that's why I like doing all the weekly. That's why I like to do this for all the zodiac signs every single week. Okay. So to start, Saggies, you've got that thing's still there. You've got some energy that looks like you need to like break out of jail or something. Like you don't want, well, it worries me because it looks like you don't want what you have and you just want to break out and just like escape. That's what we do not want. This did not work out. Yeah. Okay. Again, repeat after me. We're not going to run away from the problems. We're just not going to run away from the problems. But you're going to want to. That's what the tarot is saying, is that you're going to want to run away and that's not the solution. That's not the and the guidance is really, oh my God, I heard this from somewhere. This is not mine, but I heard it somewhere. Someone said, abundance is not about what you get, it's about what you appreciate. It's something like that. So that's what I'm getting with this for you, Sag, is that it's not about more. It's about appreciating what you have and seeing that as, oh my God, I have so much. Because you're trying to you're, first of all, I'm not going to get to where you're trying to like grip and grab onto. That's not the point. The point is that like appreciation and that gratitude, and anxiety cannot exist. Negativity cannot exist. When you are completely grateful, you cannot be stressed out. You cannot have anxiety. You cannot be negative. That's like my saving grace. Like honestly, there's things, I have a whole little thing, a little list and everything. So okay, Saggies, thank you. Thank you, my love. Capricorns, Caparoos, Cappies, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome to Common to the week for us. I'm so excited to talk about the week. Okay. So the week really for us, Caps, is leading towards Monday the 15th, Mars, Uranus in Taurus. And that's where this is all going. So Monday, Tuesdays, pricklies, we'll be feeling a lot better. By Wednesday, that's when we have the sun in Cancer in our seventh house of one-to-one relationships and partnerships, trining to Saturn retrograde in Pisces in the third house. So by Wednesday, it looks like we're having like a solidifying conversation, a healing conversation with somebody, or there's some kind of like a healing conversation. It could also be like a commitment. It could be making plans together. But either way, it's really, really positive because Venus is also in Cancer, making a trine to Neptune and Pisces. So there's something by Wednesday coming together. It could be that we meet someone in the neighborhood, or there's, yeah, like maybe there's a new presence in the neighborhood, like a person that becomes someone, a friend over time or something. Or it could be us and another person, we're connecting and talking and making, agreements. You could be making agreements with other people and coming to really favorable conclusions or agreements, whether that's just an agreement or whether it's like a contractual agreement. And this, milk it for all of the romance, all of the creativity, because this is a mental house for us too. So it looks like we're going to be able to connect with somebody on a mental level. Hallelujah. And so the Venus, Neptune, live it up, because we're never getting that again. We're never getting this 29-degree Neptune in our third house ever again. On one hand, sayonara, because it's painful to be delusional. And I'm really happy that we'll never have that kind of height of delusion ever again about anything, about stuff like that. So there's that. But then there's also, it'll never be this creative. We'll never be this imaginative. We'll never be this inspired. But honestly, it's been mental healing for me. Like, we'll never be this mentally healed. Like, this is it, Capricorn. This is the time to mentally heal, because it's not getting, we're not going to be able to even try to achieve this vibration like at all ever later, like not at all. Okay, but then right after all of that kumbaya, Venus enters Leo and makes an opposition to Pluto and Aquarius. So clearly it's like we're on board, the partner's on board, we're on board with the partner, the agreement's on board, contracts on board, the discussions on board, the top, all that's good. And it necessitates that we restructure, not like that we restructure the finances, but also the, like I said, about managing expectations relationally. So there's like relationship, and then to organize the relationship and decide like who's going to do this chore, or what happens when this happens, like whatever. And that can go, if you keep a clean whistle, Capricorn, it should be fine. But if you keep a very dirty little whistle, this can be very messy. So same thing, people can, there can be spouses that try to over control your assets and resources. There could be limited, I hate this, like moving money and doing crypto, or like anything like that, like financial institutions. And I get it, they have a fiduciary responsibility, I get it, but it's just like frustrating sometimes that things just take long, or there's like restrictions or rules or whatever, penalties. So it's like there could be some of that stuff happening or going on, but it's probably just like a necessary cleansing. Like it could be a restructuring of finances because you are merging with somebody else. There can be a restructuring sexually as well, because of you and, like I said, this other person. So this can even be, maybe your partner is going in for a surgery, or you're going in for a surgery, and there will be some celibacy. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be still like a need to structure or restructure something like an intimacy. And there could still be a valid need to over control or over schedule something like that, given the right appropriate context. So as you heard, okay, there's a special circumstance, someone's getting a surgery. Okay, now we're getting out calendars. Okay, so when can we be back online? Like when, you know, it's like, so there's going to be, there's something like that, or there's like money, finances, whatever. So, um, like I said, guys, I've been going crazy on these bagels and cream cheese and salmon and salty thingies and like avocado toast. And I got a lot of bananas, like freaking count. Like it's so like, I'm thinking of like for me, it'll be like health and like eating. Like I got a grapefruit in the fridge. Like it'll be very second housey. Okay. So there's that. So I'm not even that concerned about it, to be honest, for us, Capricorn, because Saturn's got our back. We're gonna be just fine. Okay, and then it leads us into the quarter moon. So Saturday's the quarter moon in Libra at the top of our chart. So this means that there's going to be a release, a letting go of some professional aspects. This is very much a big changeover time for Capricorns. Capricorns could be, we could see Capricorns kind of like in Being John Malkovich, when John Cusack in John Malkovich goes to his agent and he's like, I just want to be a puppeteer. I want to be a puppeteer. Oh, you know, and he's like, okay, you're a puppeteer. Like that's with the South Node at the top of your chart, you could be like, okay, I'm no longer this. I'm gonna be this. You know, it's like, so whether that's single to married, married to single, divorced to widowed, whatever, owner to company man to entrepreneur, single to parent, parent to one, parent to four. Like, you know, how the world is seeing us is going through some changes, and it'll continue to go through these changes. So I would expect Saturday that we're letting go of something. And if it's a professional relationship, because it's Libra and it's a top chart, it's going to be something that's like the time is over, the time has ended. Maybe this is parents losing, like a lessening of their control over the Capricorn, if that like still applies, or a lessening, a loosening of the control of the spouse. If I get, like I said, if that applies, a spouse to the Capricorn, if that applies, or we're doing the loosening, we're loosening the light bulbs, and we're not going to be an actress anymore. We're going to be a nail technician. We're gonna do nails, you know, like whatever it is. It's like, we're not gonna be this, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna be the, you know, actor, we're gonna be the writer. We're not gonna be the head of, you know, so it's gonna be like a whole thing. Sunday, the moon will move into Scorpio. But again, like if it's a professional relationship that's leaving or like something like that, then it was just superficial, or it wasn't for the right reasons, or it doesn't like it's outdated. Now, this could also bring a return of something from the past that's really nostalgic and lovely and yummy and like alive again. So it could reinfuse something professionally or about your status. Something can return that was lost, or something happened, like, you know, something like that. But then Sunday, the moon was into Scorpio in our 11th house of friends, groups, and associations. And that is when we now get to sort out all of the things with the friend groups or with the goals or with social media or something. Like there's something Sunday that's like, it's almost like finances and friends could be really, really tricky or really difficult, Caps, because that Scorpio moon will activate like that T square, and really like very loosely, like you've got Pluto in the beginning of Aquarius. You've got Venus in the beginning of Leo. You're going to have the moon in the beginning of Scorpio. And then you've got Mars and Uranus at the end of Taurus. So it's like by sign a very loose, fixed cross. So it's like, it's just tense, a lot of tension Sunday for people. So for Capricorn, this is going to be like, I can see this being, you want to do this, and the friends want to do this, or you agree on the what, but you want to take your car, they want to take their car, or you decide on the place to go, but you want to do this time, they want to do that time. You decide you want to see the same movie, but you want to go to this theater and they want to go to that theater. Like it's like, I feel like it could just be kind of like that, which is kind of funny on Sunday. This could, like I said, also be, honestly, this for Caps could be kind of fun. I could have fun with this. How would I have fun with this, Capricorns? This could actually be a really good time. Okay, so remember, this is all leading towards Monday, the 15th, with Mars, Uranus, and Taurus. Capricorn, it's our fifth house. If anyone gets to like F off and have fun, it's us. If anyone gets to just go on a rendezvous and like eat snacks and be creative and have fun and laugh and be merry, it's freaking Capricorns. Okay, so while the weekend could be like, yeah, you know, that quarter moon on Saturday, it's almost like retirement for some Capricorn. So, like for some, it's we're not, we're stepping away from public life to go into retirement. We're stepping away from singlehood to be married. We're stepping away from being an entrepreneur into being, a company owning, being a part of a big corporation. So, all of that with this like new financial energy and new friend energy, like I feel like this could just also be a weekend that Capricorns are just pushed out of their comfort zone a little bit and just meeting new people, having having fun with friends. Because it's really leading towards like you just having a ball. Capricorns having a blast by Monday. This could be so much fun. This could be, I'm excited. The Pile Up July, August of 22 was the screenwriting course for me. I ate it up. I loved it. So it's going to be something fun. That's all. It's going to be something fun. Get ready to have a blast and get ready to enjoy it. So that's all. Capricorns. Like if there's a need to recalibrate some financial stuff, Capricorn, and then the allies and friends get plugged into it over the weekend, it could even be that there's like there's just like I said, kind of like we might just be meeting new people or might just like be in new different social situations, especially when it comes if you do social media or when it comes to online communities. Like there could definitely be more, maybe it's more like there where it's gonna like manifest. Another hermit, someone else got the hermit and the seven of wands. Someone else got the hermit. I think it was Scorpio. It's about the wisdom to know when to stay silent, when to observe, when to retreat, when to pull back. Crossed by the lovers. Wow. No pressure. The Lovers, Seven of Wands, and the Hermit. Taking a step back, evaluating strengths, competitive advantages, and making the appropriate decisions, not just for lovers, but for all the relationships, friends, best friends, co-workers, business partners, all of those, all the people, all of your people. This is like, you know, these are important decisions. Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, really positive. You are celebrating something. I love this Nine of Cups with the in this deck because the Nine of Cups, she just got promoted. Doesn't she look happy? Okay, so it looks really, really happy. Good job, Caps. Making some strong decisions. When are we not? Aren't we always making executive decisions? I must have said that like a million times just in this past 24-hour period. I'm kidding. Okay. Aquarius, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, 𝚘𝚗𝚗 to your week ahead. So, Aquas, this whole thing's leading towards Monday, July the 15th, to the Mars Uranus in your fourth house of home and hearth and kith and kin on the way this Monday, Tuesday, today, tomorrow might be a little bit prickly. Doesn't matter. It's all going to get smoothed out Wednesday. That's when we have the sun in Cancer in your sixth house, making a trine to Saturn in Pisces in your second house. The day job is doing its thing. It's adding money into your pocket. The manager or agent are doing their things, getting you some kind of auditions or opportunities, what have you. The nail techs are doing their thing, making you feel sparkly and pretty and new with your, I don't know, the gel dips, whatever it's called. I like this energy because we have had Saturn in our second house for a little bit. And so it's just been a lot of like financial lessons and having to be really, really, really smart. And so the sun making the trine to it is really encouraging. There's something very indicative of like either someone part of your daily life or can be part of your daily life is like helping and supportive, or you are the one that you're just like working hard and you're furthering your goals in some way, shape, or form very successfully. Also, Venus is Cancer is trining Neptune in your second house. Live it up, soak it up, Aqua, milk it. You're never going to be like this again. We're never going to be able to like monetize or, put money in our pockets like in quite such a uniquely inspired type of way. So there's something, and I also like that for dietary stuff too. That's really good, like eating habit stuff. And then Venus will move into Leo and immediately oppose Pluto in our sign, Moon in Aquarius over here. So as this is happening, you are definitely going to be coming into like a one-to-one thing with somebody else. Like, oh my God, what is your problem? Like, this is the quintessential someone trying to over control what you look like, how short your skirt is, or what you are saying, how you are coming across. They just want someone obedient. You could also be like this to the other person. So don't try to tell your partner what they can and can't do, or passive aggressively make comments about their Instagram or their social media or anything, or who they're talking to or not, or how much time they spend in their phone, like any of that stuff. Like, leave all that stuff alone and hope for the best. But this Venus Pluto, there might be a need for you and your partner to discuss some things. There might just need to be a conversation that has to be had regarding expectations and duties, or like there's you might need to have that clearing conversation, so that could happen. Could also be very healing too. Very, very healing. Then on the weekend, on Saturday, there's the quarter moon in Libra in your ninth house. And this is letting go of a way that you are seeing the world. And I feel like this is going to be great. I feel like this is going to be good because it's like, oh, people aren't as like superficial as like I thought, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's something that's like, oh, it's like I feel like it's gonna be like a nice surprise because letting go of like dark Libra themes in the ninth house is a good thing. It's like, okay, yeah, that was stupid to think, like how, so like let yourself like replace your outdated or inaccurate views of the world with views of the world that are accurate, that do make sense, that are like relevant. Okay, then on Sunday the moon moves into Scorpio and causing you some stress. Like it's gonna make a grand cross for you guys, like by sign. So the moon in at the top of your chart, it's going to be drama. Drama is going to play out professionally or in public. Something's going to happen when you are out in public. Something's going to happen when you are out in public, or something could be going on with your spouse, with your boss, with a parent, you as a parent, you as a boss, you as a spouse. So there could be pressure on these people or on you to make some decision or make some decisions, or like just really what is it? Like something is not sitting right. Something is rotten in Denmark. Something is like it could be an argument too. It could definitely like or something is like really it could be a breakthrough where there's new people in your life, new living situations, relocating, new people coming into your life through you have new roommates and introduced to new people. You get a new job and you're making new friends at work. You have a new boss and they're a totally new influence in your life. You have a, like it could really be very exciting if you lean into it. If you resist it, then you're going to see everything as kind of like a threat, or you're going to see things and change as like a threat to your perceived, why is this like this? Or you can see it as a threat to your perceived worldview. So if you're like not happy about Saturday, about your life, about believing something in life that isn't true, maybe you wanted to see the world like in some kind of way, and you're like, oh my God, like, okay. So that pressure cooker energy could be really fun and exciting and crackly and crispy, or it could be like very stressful and unwelcome. Then we get to Monday. That is when we have the Mars Uranus in our fourth house of home and hearth and kith and kin. That could be a shockwave. That could be a jolt in the family. That could be a relocation. That could be moving in, moving out, people moving in, people moving out, all of that stuff. Like just very stimulating, very, very stimulating. What's the message I'm here to deliver to my aquas, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs? Six of Cups to start, very nostalgic. King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the World. I see. I love it. This looks really good. This looks really, really, honestly, this looks very liberating. Like astrologically, Aqua is like, even if you're resisting it, this looks liberating. Like, like like, I do not like taking showers. Like, it's hot water, but like, when I step in, I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to, I don't want the water to, like, I'm very like, and then like, I just like, and then I'm like a little noodle. Then I'm a little noodle and I'm happy. But like in the middle of the shower, I'm happy. But like when I'm first walking into it, I'm not. So look at it that way, Aqua. You just look at it like there's just going to be something that you're going to walk into it, you're just not going to be happy. But remember that when you find yourself in the middle of it, you are going to be happy. Anything else I see for you? I feel like there's going to be at least one person coming up in your life that's going to show you so much more about what the world really is. Some of you might have already met this person. But if you haven't, when you meet them, they're going to feel very familiar, or you'll feel very comfortable with them. And it might throw you off like, why do I like you immediately? Or am I comfortable with you immediately? Okay. 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 Pisces, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead. Arguably one of the biggest weeks of the year. Okay, Pisces. So it's all building towards the Mars-Uranus conjunction in your third house of siblings, of communication itself, of contracts, negotiations, communications, neighborhoods, local area environment. On the way, Monday, Tuesday, any little kerfuffles or hiccups will be smoothed out by Wednesday, or should be smoothed out by Wednesday. This is when you've got the sun in Cancer making this trine over to Saturn in your sign. I love this for Pisces. This is so romantic. I feel like Pisces, you guys are the ones, and I know I told you guys this before, like a couple, like a last week or whatever, but like Pisces are the ones that on the new moon, Friday, the 5th of July, Pisces could be the ones falling in love. Pisces could be the ones meeting their soulmates after this month of July, or like getting cozy with their soulmates, falling in love, getting pregnant, having babies. So it's like this could be when you get the news, Pisces, Wednesday, your boyfriend, girlfriend, like you have a talk with them and they are pregnant and you're like, oh my God. So like it could be that. It could be something like that. It could also be a time when you are just taking, maybe you've met someone or you have a crush on someone that you can take kind of seriously, where you're like, material. Okay. Also happening at that same time that you are falling in love over there, we have a Venus in Cancer making a trine to Neptune in your sign. It's a really big deal. Milk it, Pisces, soak it up, because we're not going to have this ever again. We're never going to have this fight like this ever, ever again. And for you guys, you're never, let me put it this way, Pisces, you're never going to, since 2011 until like this is the last year, you'll never be able to believe in yourself as far as you've been able to reach and believe about yourself this year. You won't be able to heal like you can heal this year. It's very special, and you are going to look back on, you specifically are going to look back on this time in your life, you Pisces, and you will see how you were at the precipice of something so special that there's no way you could have recognized it if it were standing right in front of you. This is what I'm trying to say. Like in the other podcasts that just broke up for so much, like I don't know why it skipped so much. And the TikTok live was fine. I think it was the browser. Anyway, in that choppy video that's now a podcast, I talk about that. I talk about how even me being conscious of this, like at Neptune at the 29th degree of Pisces, we're never going to have this in our life ever again. And in this area of life, it's so special. And I'm trying to soak it up and milk it. And I can't even do it. It's like trying to feel something and you're trying to feel it on your skin and it's not sensing, you know, and that's the point. You're not supposed to be able to feel it. That's the whole Pisces Neptune energy, is that it's just like on the tip of your tongue. It's the edge of a nostalgic beloved scent. It's the edge of your memory. It's just so, it's right on the tip of your consciousness, but right out of your grasp. And that's why it's so magical and special and alluring, because it's so indefinable or ungraspable. And so I feel like you guys are just like the most magical little nuggets in the cosmos right now. So, and then Venus plugs right into that this Wednesday. Like y'all are in love, okay? And you're not going to be this like ever in your life ever again. This is the last year. This is the last year. This is very inspiring for Pisces. Okay. So for Pisces, okay, so that's Wednesday. And then Venus, you're very inspired. And then Venus moves into Leo in your 6th house and opposes Pluto in Aquarius. Something does not sit right with you about your day-to-day life, about your coworkers, managers, immediate supervisors. And this is your subconscious. Like Pluto is in Aquarius in your subconscious, in the house of secret sorrow, self-undoing. There could be a coworker that is working against you. There could be a power struggle with a woman at work, or a woman coworker, manager, immediate supervisor, employee. Or this can be a health issue. Maybe something coming up between you and like a woman doctor too. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be a woman. It can be, doesn't have to be. If it's a woman, they're like one of those really like masculine women, like very, very dominating and like, you know, like, but like, so there is something there. There's something brewing there for sure. I don't like it. I don't like it because you guys really need like unstructured everything. And this just kind of looks like there's, I don't know, like some kind of I don't know, not like an office manager, but like a life manager. It's like someone's trying to manage your life. And you want to be able to clock out and clock off and just fuck and just you Pisces, you need to like not have a watch, be unstructured, and just like let your feelings, just let your mood move you into different spots in your home. And you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is someone, somewhere, something just trying to like overstructure your schedule. That's what it is. That's what it is. Someone's trying to or maybe it's you. Maybe you're trying to overstructure your schedule. And maybe you're trying to organize vacations for the rest of the year. And you're like really, trying to get it all figured out. It could be something like that too. So, but something's still kind of like bothering you though. Doesn't sit right with you. Then on the weekend, on Saturday, we have the quarter moon in Libra in your 8th house. This is interesting. So for you guys, it has been all about this past year letting go more and more of dependencies on other people. And you've had to learn to be more lenient, more leaning on your skills, talents, and abilities, your money, the money you have access to right now. And you've been guided away from borrowing, lending, shared assets, shared resources, changing your relationships with banking institutions, fiduciary institutions. And so over the weekend, I can see Pisces telling people like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And I just see Pisces like, you can't guilt me anymore. I don't feel guilty anymore. Yeah, I did that bad thing and I apologized and I atoned, and I am just not going to stay miserable and guilty forever. I'm not going to hold myself under some kind of like masochistic Pisces air and water show just for you to be happy and to see me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Pisces are probably going to be like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to pay for this. I don't need to put up with this. I don't need to care about this. It's not my problem. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Aww. How cute is that? Having your own little monkeys, your own circus. So there can also be something kind of like haunting about Saturday for you Pisces, where only if you have regrets though. So it's like Libra in your 8th house. It's sort of strange because Libra is very superficial and Scorpio is the opposite of superficial. But they both kind of like wear masks, man. So I feel like you may kind of let something go, like a grudge or baggage or trauma or a fear. And it's because it might, for some, it may be because you're thinking about relationships and you're thinking about past relationships. It's helping you let things go, but it's also showing you like, wow, and just having those kinds of like revelations. Sunday, the moon moves into Scorpio in your 9th house and activates this T square, maybe a grand cross for some of you, depending. What is it on Sunday? I want to know so bad. There's something happening on Sunday, and it's like everyone's just like tweaking out. Everyone's going through it. Everybody going through it. Okay, Pisces. So on Sunday, this something is bothering you, and it's just hmm, this is an ethical issue. This is a morality issue. This is a litigious issue. This is something with foreigners. Ooh, that's all I'm going to say. It all leads to Monday the 15th with Mars Uranus in Taurus. if someone's over structuring your days at the end of this week, Pisces, stand your ground, because you could really say something that you cannot take back on Monday. Someone else, Taurus, might say something they cannot take back on Monday. Like there could be something like very irreversible on Monday. It could liberate you though. You might be very liberated. You might really get something off your chest and really speak like from a very truthful, honest place. But be very careful of injuries in the neighborhood or in your like walking around your like area. Just be very careful. There could be like random violence or just accidents, genuine accidents, but just be very careful and cautious with what you say on Monday. And that's all I'm going to say. Let's take a look at your tarot. Any other guidance for the Pisces, please? Sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Oh, another Ace of Wands, and the Four of, ooh, hot and heavy. It's like very slumbery, very passionate. That's like waking up very aroused, waking up very like ready for the day. I make my bed now. I feel so good, you guys. You have no idea. Small little thing. Now I love making my bed in the morning. Lovers and the Nine of Wands. Ooh. This is like meditating on a decision of a person or of people, personnel, I don't know, people in your personal life, whatever, friends, whatever, taking care, meditate, think deeply, and then make a wise decision, guarded decision, protective decision. Who can you really trust? You'll know. You will know. I love you, Pisces. Take very good care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoy this impromptu disruption with the podcast earlier today, and then me coming back on so that I can give you guys a little sneak peek of what we do every week on Patreon. That's a lot of fun. Troy, everybody. All right, so you guys have a good Monday night, and I'll see you again very soon. Until then, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful head 𝚬𝚎𝚗𝚎.